Hey everybody, welcome to Leon's Chainsaw Parts and Repair. First off, happy Father's Day to all you dads out there. Hope you're having a great day. I am having a good one. I can't say anything bad about it. It's cool. Only about 70 degrees out here, maybe even 65. Pretty damn nice. I got the boat in the driveway. I've got a hub seal blown out, so I found the parts online and I'm having them overnighted because I'd like to get out Wednesday. That's my goal. It's supposed to be 90 on Wednesday, so I want to get out to the lake. But that's not what this is about. So we've gotten Father's Day out of the way. We're going to recognize a viewer, I believe, of the channel. I think that's how Dave found me. It may have been through the website. Either way, they're kind of connected. We're going to do this a couple times. I've got another viewer who's done the same thing, and I just haven't, that project is going to be a little more complicated, so I haven't unboxed it yet. But I'm going to get this thing unboxed here. So what Dave's up in Canada, and he contacted me, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago, something like that. Said, hey, I came across this Homelite 663. It runs like a champ. It looks decent. He's like, I have zero use for it. Pay the shipping. I'm like, okay. I need that. I don't have that model in the collection, so here it is. Straight out of Alberta. Yeah, out of Alberta. So it made it here in surprisingly good shape. This is a mix of Canada Post and the USPS. Not bad. Not bad at all. So I'm going to get this thing unboxed. We'll put it together. We'll throw some fuel in it. And that's it. It's going to run. It's going to run without doing anything to it. So this will be the first video of it. Yeah, I intend to do some stuff up on the Firewood Hill just for fun. I haven't looked, so disclaimer, I haven't looked. But I'll bet if you type Homelite 663 into YouTube, you won't get much. You may not get anything. I'd like to change that. So let me get this thing opened up, and we will come back. There she is, in all of her red glory. One original label here is still in place, and then the Homelite with the kind of faux grill that they like to do on this style cover. And maybe most awesomely, the Terry serial tag is there. So, to the best of my knowledge, the 663 was never produced or never sold in the United States. To the best of my knowledge. You don't see them very often at all, and any of the literature I've ever found with them or for them has Terry all over it. So at that point, there didn't seem to be too many Terry saws making their way into the United States. There were some, but not that many, at least from what I can tell. If I'm wrong and somebody wants to correct that, please go right ahead. So, what is a 663? Well, that's a great question. It's a mixed match of all kinds of stuff. I sat down with the IPLs the night that I sent payment for the shipping on this, because I was just like, man, what is it? Why does it exist? And I can't answer the why, but what it is interesting. It's a mix of the 600D, the Zip, and then the 700D, and even some of the parts. I don't remember. It's been a couple weeks since I did that. There were even some parts that in my database that I've created only were listed as 770 and 775. It's quite a mix of stuff. The starter is a Fairbanks Morse, and this style was only used on some of the, I think it was the Zip B maybe. It was just basically a year and a half in there. So Fairbanks Morse starter. We've got the old style cylinder cover here and muffler cover. That's very 600 series. I know some of the 700 use this up to a point, but the fuel tank and the filter, air filter, are definitely 700 series. I don't even remember what Tilly carb it has. But another unique part is this drive case. All right, see, it has this casting built into it. All right, and a relief in this drive case cover. That, to my knowledge, I have never seen that on a US built saw. So when this goes on, it all indexes into shape there. So you wouldn't want to have one of these screw this cover up and then go looking at an American model trying to replace it, because you'd be SOL. So yeah, like I say, I don't know what Homelite was doing, if they had a leftover parts from the 600 series as they were going into the 700, and some mad scientist threw together something that he thought would work. I don't know how many of these were sold. Don't have a clue. Alright, this chain, what is this? I ought to be able to... Oh wow, that sprocket is something unique. That's a rim sprocket, but it's welded to the drum. Wow. This doesn't quite look like half-inch chain. I think it's 404. But I'm not 100% positive. I know one way to get positive. Let's measure it. I'm just going to go 0.819 across 3 divided by 2. That's 404. That makes me happy, because the sharpening job on this is at a really steep angle. By the time I correct it, there won't be a hell of a lot left. So I may just put a new chain on that, especially if I'm going to take it up the hill and do some cutting with it. I want something that's going to cut, and cut fast, because I'm a fan of that. I don't have Buchan's level of neuroticism about, and I don't mean that as an insult, by the way, but I don't have his level of chain's got to be razor sharp. But the more I've cut and the more I've worked with these saws, it is a lot nicer when you're not fighting it. And the more bars you repair, because they've gotten hot and screwed up from being run dull. Yeah. So this bar needs a little help. It's a 63 gauge, so it's not as wide as it might look in the camera. It's not that far out, or as far out, but I can definitely tell it's got some rock to the side. And look at that valley right there that's been worn in. I'm assuming that was the bottom, and that was where there was a lot of cutting pressure, I'm assuming. But that is a deep groove. This is a manual oiler only, so definitely got to keep some oil flowing to this bad boy. Assuming this is what they called a 17-inch bar. And by the time you account for that bucking spike, if you've got 15 inches of cut, I'd be surprised. Just for grins. Yeah, that is freaking hilarious. At that spot right there, just, yeah, 14.5 inches of cut. That's pretty funny. So I won't be cutting the biggest logs with this, unless I've got a big beaver tail bar around here, and I don't have a lot of room for that, so I'll probably stick with what it is and just enjoy the novelty of it. Alright, there we go. This is going to be loud too. I know that for a fact. Those little mufflers, it's kind of generous to call them a muffler. There, that's good. Hard tip bar, you do not want to crank it down nearly as tight as you do a sprocket tip. Alright, let's give it a little bit of push water here and see what she does. I had the cap off already, just taking a look at that. Even the damn vent valve, that old diaphragm with the slit, it's still in good shape. I'm pretty stoked about this saw. Okay. Okay. Let's see how she sounds. And I know it's going to be loud. What did my kid do? Kids borrow things from the bench and don't put them back where they belong. Okay. Well, we'll just give you a little bit more fuel. We'll try that again. That is pretty sweet right there, folks. Pretty daggone sweet. Wow. Had just enough oil left in the system to get the chain good and wet, so I wouldn't damage this poor old bar any more than it already is. I won't be able to grind all that valley out. I'm not even going to try. I'm just going to close the rails. When you get that much rock, especially on one of these old saws, you can pretty much figure she's got some good wear in the groove. close those rails up, grind them flat again. You'll be back on the road in no time. So, wow. That is really sweet. It's not very often that I get to unbox a saw, run it, and that's it. I mean, yeah, I'm going to work on the chain and the bar a little bit, but seriously, Dave, thank you. This is freaking awesome. Absolutely freaking awesome. And like I said in the email, you can be damn certain for the 2025 calendar, this thing is going to be in it. I don't know what month yet. I won't know for another few months. But it'll be in it, and you'll get a dang copy of that. So, thank you so much for sending this down. I'm really happy to have this in my collection, and we will get this up to the firewood hill. I'm looking in here, and the muffler element is still there. Okay, the screen is still there. So we've gone into fire season, but we haven't gone into any restrictions on time of day yet that we can run saws. So my goal is going to be, before that happens, to go ahead and get some video footage of this up on the hill doing some cutting, because oh man, I can't wait. That is going to be super fun. So keep an eye out for another video where this is cutting. For now, that's it. We'll catch you guys on the next one.